What is up, everybody? MrAviator here, bringing you another Team Aviator video, and today we're playing some Drop Zone on Fallen. It's on Modern Warfare 3, if you didn't know that. And Drop Zone is basically a game where you have to get to this capture point, and it stays up for about a minute, and they start to drop care packages, and for each second you're in the Drop Zone, you're gaining your team points, and for each care package you get, you're gaining your team points, and the care packages count for you, so if you get an attack heli, you're getting those kills. So it's a really cool game mode, it's fast-paced, not a lot of people camp, so I enjoy it. But today what we're going to talk about is the Xbox 720 and the PS4. I'm not going to talk about which one I want more. I'm going to talk about some rumors that have been going around in the past month or so, and I want to kind of address them and why I think they're just rumors. Okay, so one thing, the biggest rumor I think is that the Xbox 720 and PS4 or Orbit or whatever they're going to fucking call that thing is that it's going to all be streaming content, streaming games, streaming this, blah, blah. You buy it like Steam. There's no physical copy of games. Okay, and so let me go through the pros and cons of that. Okay, pro, that I don't have to go to midnight releases anymore and deal with all these douchebags, and I don't have to get there 4 hours early so I can get in and out of the store. That is a giant ass fucking pro, and I have a great internet connection, so I'll download a game like a full Black Ops 2 game. I could download that in frickin' 20 seconds. So I'm excited about that kind of aspect, you know, no more waiting in line, no more going to the store for useless things like just getting a game, you know, kind of wasting my time when I can just download it from home. So that's cool, and I like that idea of the downloading. A con is that you're taking away business from stores like Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop. I don't care so much about Walmart, they have enough business as it is, but I'm just saying, like, you got GameStop, you have these retailers that sell used games, discount games, used DVDs and stuff like that. But if you take away their gaming, it's like, you just took away like 50%, 60% of their profits, because games have the highest profit margin when they're used. They buy them for like 10 bucks, sell them for like 30 or 40, so you're going to crush like 75% of these used game businesses, or 80% at least. But that's not a big con, because they probably don't really give a fuck, because the developers want more money. You know, they have to give money to GameStop, or they have to give money to the distributor, they have to give money to, I don't know, for packaging, which they act like that is so freaking expensive, when really it is not. It's probably about 50 cents a piece, because they buy them in such a huge bulk that the packaging is probably less than 50 cents a piece. But a lot of people are thinking that, oh, when it's streaming, every game is going to be cheaper. It's like $40 for a new game. It's going to probably still be 60, maybe even 70, because, okay, you got to think, they need giant servers and all this shit to host these type of big download files, these big games that they're going to have on download, and it's just going to cost them more money. Maybe not more, maybe it'll cost them the same, but they're going to still sell it for 60 because they know you'll pay 60, and then they can make a larger profit. Because when they were selling it for 60 at GameStop, maybe the developer was making 40 or maybe even 30, and now if he can sell it for 60 himself online through his own marketplace, he could make the whole 60. So he's going to not be like, oh, we're going to still want to make 30 and just, you know, let you guys, you know, have cheap games and we'll sell it for $30. No, they're going to sell it for 60 still and make a huge profit. The only reason that they are doing this, they'll act like it's to be environmentally friendly. They don't need to make so many plastic cases, blah, 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 wasting, killing the earth. But it's really just to make more money. It's not to do any of that. Because, you know, the plastic, yeah, I know it's, you know, it's never going to get recycled really. It's going to go throughout the world forever until the games become obsolete. Then I guess maybe it could end up in the recycling. But, I guess, like, in that way, streaming would be great. But think of this. I bet a lot of people didn't think of this. There's a lot of people that have an Xbox and a PS3, and they don't have internet. You know, they just don't have an internet connection. Like, say you have Wi-Fi and you don't have the Wi-Fi Xbox or PS3. I don't know if PS3 even has a non-Wi-Fi version. But, say you don't have the Wi-Fi one and you have Wi-Fi, then you're fucked. You got to plug an Ethernet cable or get a $100 Wi-Fi adapter for your Xbox or PS3. I'm not a big PS3 guy, so I don't know much about the PS3, but I know that it's $100 for Xbox to get this Wi-Fi adapter if you have the older Xbox. And you think those people are going to go out and buy this giant adapters to adapt to their Wi-Fi that costs an extra $100 when the system alone is probably going to cost like $700-800? I don't know. I don't foresee these people doing that. And then they won't buy the system. They'll be like, I'm fine with the Xbox 360, and then you'll have this big boycott of people, like probably over 1 million people or more. I can imagine more, because I know like 3 or 4 people that don't have Xbox Live. They just play it for the games, so they basically don't have internet plugged into their Xbox. So without internet on the Xbox 720 and PS4, you're screwed because you can't download these games. And people are like, oh, you can go get a code from the store. Okay, you get a code from the store. How the fuck do you download it still? You still gotta download the game. You need internet connected to your Xbox. I just don't know how you would do it. It's just, maybe it's a card that you can slip into your Xbox and it fucking reads the data for you. That's just like making a fucking game then. Because then you have to pay a distributor to sell that card. So I think it's a very, like, fucking foggy situation. It's hazy. It's dangerous. If they do it, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I don't care if I own copies of the games or not. I will just buy them and blah, blah, blah. But then you lose your sellback system, which wasn't very good anyways. You know, I could sell a new game the day after I bought it for $30 at most in trade at GameStop. So you lose 50% right off the bat. And maybe it'll lurk around the 20 area for a couple months. But then it just drops down to like $5 or $10. Then it's not even worth it at all. So I think like selling your games back just isn't worth it unless they have a deal where you get $10 more per Xbox game or something like that. Otherwise, it's just actually a shitty deal. So maybe if they do the streaming and say they're charging $60 for a game and you download it and all that good stuff, and say you kind of got sick of it, maybe you could delete it off your Xbox or your PS4 and get the credit back, like maybe 30% or 40%. At least that would be something. Because then you would turn all the non-believers into believers a little bit. They'd be like, oh, at least I get some of my money back in credit towards games. So essentially, they're not losing money, they're just getting more credit. But then, who's really losing the money? So I don't know if they'd ever be able to do that because, say, you bought a game from Treyarch and then you sold it and bought a game from EA. Then EA got credit, so that credit was already money spent by Treyarch, so it's really confusing, and I don't think that they're going to do this. The streaming, they might have like a streaming option, but with these new consoles, they will still have games in stores. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the Xbox has streaming. You can buy these games now, not when they're brand new, but right now you can buy Modern Warfare 3 for 4,800 Microsoft points, which I'm not sure how much that is. I think that's $60 still, so it's not a great deal. And that just shows you, look, it's digitally downloaded, it's still $60, and it's in a freaking old game. It's like 6 months old. So I just think they're not going to do it completely 100% fully because you're just fucking over everybody that doesn't have an internet connection, doesn't have Xbox Live or anything, doesn't really want to play online. You're screwing everybody over, and you're just costing them more money because they'd have to get a better internet sometimes. Because God, to download a game, when I had my crappier internet, it was like an hour. Who wants to wait that long? And right now I probably could download it, in a few minutes or whatever. But some people, like my friend Bert, he's got a really slow internet connection, and my God, it would take him 4 days to download a fucking game. So it's like, yeah, midnight release for Black Ops 2, download. And then he'd be downloading it, and it would be like fucking December by the time he got it. So it's just, I don't foresee it, because there's not one, if there was one internet provider in the whole world, and they had default packages where at least you could support everything that you really needed to have, if you wanted extra momentum, you could pay for it, then they'd kind of have an idea of what people had. But now you don't know, because some people live in the country and have shitty-ass internet. But yeah, you guys. So that was my rant on the streaming for Xbox 720 and PS4. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. And if you didn't, I'm sorry. I will try to come up with better stuff later. But thank you guys for watching. I'm MrAviator. You guys are YouTube. And until next time, remember to take it easy. Lemon squeezy.